I'm sure you guys heard me say this many times before. Since stepping out on faith and moving to the UAE, the United Arab Emirates, my husband and myself, we could be the poster children for adversity. We had so many things come against us in that first year of me living abroad. And I'm sure you guys have heard me say this time and over again. Living abroad and married to a foreigner, it is life training on steroids. If you can live abroad with your mate, and specifically if that mate is of another nationality or another culture, kudos to you, because that's a challenge. Honey, that is a challenge. I'm here to give you tea on that. It is a challenge. Shameless plug before we get started. And if you're living in UAE, specifically Dubai, make sure you get your Ghana handmade fan. You do not want to be in the UAE in the springtime or the summertime without these fans. These fans are going to be a lifesaver, especially for my women that are menopausal. You want to make sure that you grab one of these fans. And they're unisex, so men can use them as well. They are 30 dirham for one, and for two, there's a special. You can get two for 40. So make sure you go to my website, www.findingchalandamichelle.com, and click on the shop link at the top and order your fan. Today, we're here to talk about time alone with God, aka time alone in solitude, aka time alone in meditation. And I want to stress the importance of getting away and listening to our inner guidance system. Another thing we want to do is read the Word of God. We want to make sure that we're filling ourselves up. I say this all the time, you can never pour from an empty cup. You can't even pour from a full cup, because that full cup is going to eventually deplenish itself. You have to pour from a cup that is continually overflowing. Like you turn the faucet on and you put a cup under there and you don't turn the faucet out. That's how you need to continue pour into yourself, because people are constantly pulling at us, right? Husband pulling at me, my job, and the kids, relatives, friends. There are going to be always things that are vying for our attention, even social media at this point in our lives. But we have to step away. And we have to be intentional about spending time alone so that we can energize ourselves, that we can pour into ourselves before we go out into the world and before we make ourselves available to others to pour into. If you go to my website and actually you can read the article or you can listen to the article, I list a few of the adversities that we challenged in the year of 2020. I had a miscarriage. My husband got let go from his football contract. I actually got a job, but it was a very toxic environment. We were living in a communal situation, shared an apartment with other people, and so everyone had their own room, but you would share the kitchen and you would share the bathroom. And of course, we can't forget the onset of a global pandemic. So yes, it was a very stressful year for us. And I was 20 pounds heavier than I am now due to that stressful environment. But even though all of those things were occurring at the same time or within months or weeks of one another, I had a decision to make. In Joyce Meyer's book titled The Battlefield of the Mind, if you have not read that book, and especially if emotional intelligence is low at this point in your life, let's bookmark that subject for another day. Emotional intelligence. This book is going to really help you get over that hump. I'm actually rereading it again. And I think it's one of those books, especially if you struggle with mental health or, like I said, your emotional intelligence needs work. It's a book that you want to read. She talks about how spending time in the Word is a vital necessity. In other words, it's a non-negotiable. This is something that you have to do as a believer. You have to pour into yourself. Every day is a continual growth process. We're always growing into the knowledge of God, and we do that by reading the Word of God. So when things come up against us, we know how to handle those things. This book is so full. I mean, it's used. I probably don't adhere to it everything 100% of the time. I'm a work in progress. But this book has so many life hacks in it. Your emotional health, your financial situation. It even tells you in this book the importance of having multiple streams of income. You want to use this book as an instruction manual for life. And this book is going to help you thrive in life. I'm going to read this. Someone said that your thoughts are responsible for all the circumstances you experience in your life. We think in secret and it comes to pass. We ourselves are makers of ourselves by virtue of the thoughts we choose and encourage. A man's character is the complete sum of all his thoughts. Every act of a person springs from the hidden seed of thought. So whatever we see right now that's occurring in our life is because of our thoughts. It's our thought life. I want to live in made. So I need to expand my thoughts to believe that I can pay for someone's visa, I can pay their salary, and they can live with me. So now, and then it comes with exercise. So just like you go to the gym and you exercise, you have to exercise your thought life. It's a no-brainer. In order to make it to the other side of turbulent times, you have to spend time with God. It will be beneficial for us if we make a daily practice of being still and present.